remediation, that's the same thing.
Geoengineering.
Climate remediation does not mean that someone's going to do something about your climate and stop droughts and stop floods or do something drastic. Climate remediation means solar radiation management. It means that we're going to put up particles and chemicals like sulfur or aluminum oxide,
coal ash,
which are supposedly going up to reduce the amount of direct sunlight reaching the Earth. I'm going to talk about the implications for several things as I go through the presentation, but I want you to know that these words are real, that the words that you're going to hear from me are a way to manipulate us into not knowing what the word means and therefore not being able to empower ourselves and take action. So as I go through this presentation, I want all of you to think about what actions you can take. And I'd like you can't probably, I don't know if you can read it, but it says, how do you like your skies, your weather, natural or man-made? And some of them you can look up and see. The photograph here shows a sky picture that was taken over Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's got man-made clouds in it. It's got persistent jet contrails. It's got white haze in it. And that's what our skies are going to look like all the time. If some of these activities that are ongoing are allowed to continue, we will have days in which we don't see direct sunlight at all reaching the Earth and benefiting us. And we're seeing this now in many cases. You're seeing the clouds that you see are not real. They are man-made. And the jets, according to everything we know, the jets produce these types of clouds, and these types of clouds, NASA, the U.S. government, many agencies, Stanford University studies, all talk about as being man-made clouds. In other words, they're not formed by real weather fronts coming in and in other words, the real climate cycle. So they're man-made. So some of what you're going to see in the skies from now on are man-made. The U.S. House of Representatives Science and Technology Committee met and held hearings in 2009 and two in 2010 on geoengineering. It was not broadcast on C-SPAN. It was not broadcast by the media. The media didn't cover this issue, but I certainly was aware of it and started to talk about geoengineering. Right now, the U.S. House of Representatives and the UK Parliament are working together. They signed an agreement. The agreement is online, and you can read it. All of these documents are on my website, agreeing that they were going to go forward and work on global geoengineering governance. What I want to say about global geoengineering governance is that they're talking about doing experiments, putting chemicals, particles, ocean iron fertilization, many schemes in order to reduce the amount of direct sunlight reaching the Earth, or to create, in ocean iron fertilization, fake algae blooms, which is harmful. They know it's harmful to the oceans, but what they want to do is they say, well, it's going to reduce the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This is absolutely nuts. The impact on the oceans already has been some concern from the international standpoint. Right now, I can modify your weather. I can hire a company. I can modify your weather. I can initiate a weather modification program over your city, over your county, over your state. The company I hire will enhance the snow, enhance the rain, dissipate the clouds. I can put you in a drought because we have the technology, and it's been with us since the 1940s. The United States has been openly modifying and mitigating the weather since the 1940s. They've had hurricane experiments. The documentation is all online. There's many histories of weather modification. So what happens is that we have a military that's modifying the weather. The jets, according to NASA studies, according to NOAA, according to Stanford University, when they produce the man-made clouds, they modify your weather. They change it. And so what happens is you may get rain, you may not get rain. They can cloud up your skies, but there's no weather front that came in. A lot of times when your meteorologist in your weather report says, well, there's going to be cloudy skies and there's going to be rain 3 days from now, we know that the jets are going to come over and cover our skies in man-made clouds. They can even see them, and they can produce rainfall out of them, or not, depending. So this is what's going on.